Childish. All right, y'all ready to get this party started?
Yes.
Say hi to the Spillos.
What's up, Spillers?
Mr. Wild, put your phone on vibrate so one of your girlfriends, one of your girlfriends, if they come, they want to the male voice. Okay, so y'all know how I do. I'm gonna come in with this good intro. Welcome to the Spill Podcast, your favorite podcast, featuring your favorite podcast host. And then I'm gonna tell y'all to say something. Say something to y'all mic real quick.
What's up, everybody?
How you doing? What it do?
What's up, Spillers?
What they do?
I need y'all to move them praxis paper because I ain't got nothing to do with what we got going on today. Y'all gonna pass that thing, take it home with you, make your copies, and do what you do.
And the holiday one.
Okay, y'all ready? All right, Beyonce gonna play. Hey world, welcome back to the Spill Podcast, your favorite podcast featuring your favorite podcast host, me, your girl, Mrs. Wilson. Welcome back, Spillers. I'm super excited again and again and again and again. I got my people in the building. Y'all are ready for that bar, huh? Listen. I have some of my favorites back in the building. I'm not gonna say it's part 2. I'm just gonna say to be continued. Cause we still got something to say. I got my people in the building, my fellow educators, my peers, my homies, my real friends, like we friends in real life. And y'all, we literally just talked for like almost 2 hours. Before even getting to the podcast room. But we're going to start with Smith and Weston in the building. What's up, Mrs. Smith?
Lovely. Lovely. The
Why
Lord.
so lovely, sis? What happened?
He in the blessing business.
Testify.
You know what I'm saying? I got to go.
Testify.
When God say move,
Woo!
you move.
You better move. All right, we got McDeezy for Sheezy. Hey, Miss McDaniel. Say hey to the Spillers.
What's up, Spillers? It's me again.
Yeah, she been in here 3, 4, 5 times, and she nervous and shy. like this her first appearance. She should be used to it. Last but certainly not least, my boy Weezy F Baby. Please say the baby.
What they doing back in the building?
I didn't think you was gonna be on time on this scrolling. Back in the building. Well, I'm so happy y'all are back. I had people, I told y'all, that was like literally blowing me up, coming on the YouTube page, sending me messages like, why you didn't say this? Why you didn't add this part? And you need to, and it was parents too. I had parents like kind of going in about different parents or the way some parents treat teachers, or, you know, I did have a couple of parents that was like, well, first of all, these teachers, and I was like, hold up, sis. You gotta put some respect on my name. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We the ones that produce the doctors, the lawyers, the nurses, the professional basketball players and football players. You know, a teacher does that. So give us the respect due. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I wanted to do a follow-up about this episode. Plus, the last episode, we didn't really get to finish. Like, we had to cut it off. Because it was super long, but it was super good.
Yeah.
But we still had something to say. So this is the episode where we are going to try to finish it up. But if we don't, you know, December, January come, we better do that thing again. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
Time charm, baby.
listen.
A monthly thing.
A monthly thing. Teachers got something to say. Okay, so before we get started, all seriousness, y'all know whenever someone enters the Spill podcast room, you have to participate in our mental check-in. So Spillers, this is our mental check-in time. Whatever you are doing, you need to stop, pause for the cause. As I say, every episode, be intentional. Really, you know, kind of dig deep and get in tune with your emotions, with your feelings, physically, mentally, emotionally. I often say spiritually and financially because I do feel like that those intertwine with our mental health. And find out how you are feeling. Identify with your feelings, and kind of, just tune into them. So we will start with Smith. Smith. How you doing, sis?
Let me bring the mic.
Yeah, or pull the mic off, sis. Get it out. Get it off. Do what you do. Just take it off. You can take it off.
Listen, I'm just wonderful.
Hallelujah.
I'm wonderful. The Lord has blessed me. He knew what I needed, he knew when I needed it, and I just waited on him. And I listened. I was patient. And when it came through, what they say, he's an on-time God.
Yes, he is.
He may not come when you want him,
Woo.
but it's gonna be on
Yes,
time.
sir.
And right here, right now, I'm just lovely.
Praise the Lord. I love that.
Couldn't be better.
Yay. I love when my people are doing good. Like that gives my heart real joy. So, McDaniel, how are you over here blushing and stuff, my key sister?
I am lovely. I just came back from my church convocation. I need that spiritual refreshing
Yes.
renewing. And these last couple of weeks, I've been made to sit down for a little while.
Yeah.
The Lord said rest, so
Yeah.
it's time to rest. If it done came through a sickness or came through a fall,
When he say rest,
still,
yeah.
I had that rest, so
Yeah, good.
I'm good.
Good. How was the convocation? Where was it?
Oh, in Kansas City?
Oh yeah, y'all shouted it,
Yeah.
baby. That's Church of God in Christ,
Yeah,
baby.
that goes to the
But
town.
yes,
They
go
goes
to
to
the
the
We talking about church. We did not talk about Church of God in Christ. We talking about Church of God.
It was just amazing to just be with
Yeah.
my
Yes.
other church family.
Yeah,
brothers
brothers and sisters in Christ.
Yes,
The
yes,
first time
fellowship.
since COVID, really.
For
Yeah.
real. We went
Yeah.
in June, and there's not that many people there. More people came, and
Yeah.
so hopefully next June everybody.
Oh,
Will
it
come on
is.
back,
Yeah,
so.
it's more
amazing.
people. Yeah. And that's a blessing. That's good. We're doing our different phases at church to where we're kind of coming back. We brought the choir back now for the first and third Sunday, but preferably by January we'll be back on full time. The praise team part time, and then the choir part time. But our people the members been coming. They've been showing up. Baby, church has been full and packed too.
That's beautiful.
And that's a blessing, considering everything that God has brought us through COVID. I'm like, listen, people weren't able to go to church for a period, you know what I'm saying, for a long time. So the mere fact that the doors of the church back up, take y'all behind the church. Anyway, we
You go everywhere else.
right.
But you scared to go to
Right,
church.
scared to go to the church house.
That's where your health gonna come
And that's where you need to be. Come on, girl, you finna start preaching in this thing. Hey, the congregation done rolled over on me. Weezy and Baby, what's going on? What's good, bro? You good?
Not much good.
What you looking forward to? What's coming up in the next couple of weeks with the district?
Nothing work.
We ain't got no bonus or nothing coming.
It's coming. I don't know when though. Hey,
Look, can't look forward to
hey,
it. What you
right.
gonna
If it,
Yeah.
whenever it comes, it comes.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever it comes,
As
it
long as it
comes.
come before
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
That'd be nice.
Look, let me go
Not
ahead and
afterwards.
fill out this
Yeah.
1099.
There it
is.
Man,
Give me a
yeah.
I was reading the email and it said they taking like 25% for federal,
Saw that.
7%. I'm like, why?
And it's like, hey, I told you, it's like $1,000 taken out.
$1,000.
It's a lot.
It's like 900 and some change taken
I'm
out.
like, what?
So what's the point of
What's
that?
the whole point? And then I thought that they were trying to do it to where it wouldn't be considered a bonus, so we wouldn't have so many taxes
Yeah.
coming
It's
out
gonna get the
now. All of a sudden.
5,000. It's gonna get the
Right.
I mean,
5,000.
if that's the
If
case,
that's
you
the
might as
case,
well.
might as well, right.
I'm just saying.
That's
It's gonna
crazy.
get up to 5,000.
Goodness
people.
Then
gracious.
they
How much
said-
we do?
But
No,
then they
that don't.
said, they
I
had
need you to
split
mic
up.
this. Y'all gonna have to take
Oh.
that mic off.
They said that, I don't know, our PPC person was telling us that, the reason that they're doing it, splitting it, is because it wouldn't be a real retention. You wouldn't be actually retaining teachers if you gave it all to them this year. So it's like, let's give you a piece this year.
And then make you want
Make
to come
sure
back
you
next
come
year.
back so you can get right.
And people not doing
That's
that because
stupid.
people about to get it this year and still finna
And
bounce
still
next year.
gonna
You know what I'm saying?
That
So
part.
it's like, and we've had these funds for a long time.
Yeah.
But you know, we're some of the most undeserved, underpaid people. But you know, God be really blessing us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff like we really don't have to worry about, you know what I'm saying? But I do think, you know, no shame, no tea, you know, they kind of throw us under the bus a whole lot when it comes to coins,
Yeah,
you know. And then, you know, you got your people that ain't do nothing, they be out. First of all, we watch your kids. That's a whole nother topic, but we ain't gonna go into that.
But the crazy part is they get like what, 1.7 million?
Literally.
I think it was like 1.7 million.
But
And
what
I know
about the
they used all
surplus?
that.
We had $6 billion in surplus, and they were trying to decide what they were gonna do with that. Literally, $6 billion. That means that's just $6 billion extra dollars that we ain't got nothing to do with because we done already took care of everything else. Y'all should have said off the top, let me give these teachers a $10,000 bonus. Just give it to them, no tax free. Y'all chalk that up. Take them taxes for us.
Man, how much of that COVID money y'all still get?
And that's the part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what they made the retention.
You got some with Trump. You got some with Trump was in office.
And
you got some with Biden
you
in
better,
office.
come on, Mr.
I mean,
White.
I'm just saying,
Let me find
like,
out you running for office.
man, they getting some. Hey, he was getting up here and making their friends rich and everything.
And we ran here voting for them.
Yo,
struggling.
you hear me? Right?
And we definitely gonna get a
Getting mail, notes on the door,
I'm talking about
signs.
this.
Hey, I need to start charging y'all. Just post y'all signs with y'all.
That's it.
Hey, I don't care who you is. Hey, you can be Republican, Democrat. You gotta go on post. Just put that check. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all want my vote? Hey, pay me something.
That's it.
Right.
Endorse me.
Yeah, endorse
You know.
me. For real. Man, it just crazy. People always money acting like it's their money.
Yeah, like it's gonna hurt
You know,
them to give it away or
yeah.
keep
Coming
it.
out they pocket.
Yo.
Well, I have been good. You know, being a middle school teacher, I'm learning a lot. This is my second year. I had a crazy week. Ooh, Chad, we talked about that already. But I did have a crazy week. But I've learned, you know, ignorance is literally bliss. This girl, she shake this ice up in this microphone all the time. You in a whole recording session, sis. We hear you. We hear everything. But anyway, I have had to learn that, you know, ignorance is bliss, you know, and some people unfortunately cannot help it. It's taught me how to be more patient, and I really learned how mature that I really am. Because y'all know I'm like real neighborhood, you know what I'm saying?
Are you neighborhood?
Baby, neighborhood. Look, I had to add the neighbor to the hood. So it's now S-bad. But I'm real neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? But I sat back and I took so much verbally, you know what I'm saying? Because I know at the end of the day I have a lot to lose, you know what I'm saying? And when you're going back and forth with someone that probably doesn't have as much to lose as you, it's not worth it. It ain't that serious.
Right.
Like, you know, it is what it is, sis. But other than that, I've had a pretty good week. My daughter did well in on her report card. I'm still not okay though because she's a teenager. She get on my nerves. Yeah, I'm just not okay. So pray for mothers with girls. I'm sure boys too, but baby, these girls. Anyway, but other than that, all is well with me mentally. I'm good, thank God. Spiritually, I'm always good because I'm going. If I don't do nothing else, I don't care how ignorant I am. I'm gonna talk to my Father, and I'm gonna give me some word to me every day. That's my juice. That's my fuel. I need that daily. That's literally what keeps me going.
Correct.
Cause I'm already a hot mess, baby. If I had just a little word in me, baby, I'd be a whole fool in these streets. You know. So I am grateful, like the old people grateful. I'm grateful for that, but before we move on, we're going to do our social media shout out. I know y'all now follow me on social media because I got them last time. But spillers and new spillers, if you are not following us on our social media platforms, what you waiting on, sis? I even shut down my personal Instagram page to focus on my podcast Instagram page because I want people to, you know, go to that page. Don't go to my personal page. Go to that page. Anyway, follow us on Instagram at The Spill Podcast 21. YouTube, The Spill Podcast, and TikTok, Spill Podcast. And thank you to my people that's already following me. And that's getting people to follow me. Hackers and all. I'm sick of y'all. Doing that. The scammers, the FedEx form people. Like, I ain't got nothing for you. Quit emailing me about trying to get my number. The Lord gonna bring these numbers to where He want them to be. But I'm not gonna give you no money.
I gotta dig
to
it
get them right. And then I had one that was really aggressive. Like, he emailed me. I can show y'all. Like, I had to block him. Do you see me? You read me message. I want to get your follower count up. No, I don't want nothing to do with what you got going on. We gave you a card number. My whole bank account be wiped clean. No, sir, I am good.
Send me your cash app.
Right. No, I'm good. I'm gonna wait on the Lord to increase them numbers. Okay, so now to our spill trend, y'all. But before we get into our spill trend spillers, if you have not voted, go vote. Get ready to vote. Early voting started for Arkansas October 24th. And I know bigger states like Georgia and Florida and East Coast, and they started like a week or two earlier than Arkansas. But if you have not voted, please get to the poll and vote. I voted early last week, y'all. I was so encouraged and motivated and inspired. It was this elderly woman. I mean, couldn't just walking on a cane, baby, barely made it, but made it and was making it. You know what I'm saying? And I had the pleasure and the honor of helping her, you know, sit until she got to close enough to go in, you know, because they let them in first. It was just a blessing and an honor. But to see that, it made me like really feel some type of way, like, man, and here we are young and able, you know what I'm saying, and won't even get out and do what our ancestors did, you know, just went through hell to do for us. So her, and then I got to meet some first time voters, some 18-year-olds that, I mean, I was just blessed the whole time. I was like, God, like, what you doing to me up in this library? Because you know I'm get loose.
We'll be crying.
Listen, be hollering. And I was just so inspired. But just to know everything that's going on, Georgia, listen, well, Georgia, yeah, we're in the same boat. Georgia and Arkansas, we got some whole nutcases running for these positions. We need to be asleep at the polls. If don't nobody be go to the polls, we need to go to the polls. Definitely. So if you have not voted, please go vote. If it's too late for you to register to vote for this election, that's totally fine. Please register so that you can vote for the presidential election that's coming up. I promise you, these little 2 years back to be here quick, y'all. We already, Thanksgiving finna come up, and ain't nobody decided to clean the chitlins. We don't know who cleaned the chitlins. I'm just saying it just came that quick, you know. So, go vote. Go vote. That's not our skill trend, but I needed to get that out because I needed y'all to hear that. Mr. White, y'all got something to say about the voting? Mr. White, I already told y'all if y'all want him to advertise your name, long as you cut the check and put it in his yard. Magdalene, you was gonna say something?
No, I'm just like, go vote, because this is where the action happens right here in our midterm election, so we can get the people that we want to in for the national election in 2 years. So please go vote. And I don't vote early because my polling place is a smaller place, so I'll vote on the day so I can get in and get out. But I will be voting.
And that's my mom and dad. They never vote early, but they always go the morning they take off. Well, my mama did, they retired. They will take off, honey, and make sure they get there to vote. So that's what's up. Mr. White, you got something to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm just like, if you don't know, on that day, on that voting day, that you can vote, you can leave when work is over. You can leave to go vote.
Yep.
That's your right.
You can
cannot stop you. That's from voting.
Yeah, that's how it says. Even if you wanted to leave throughout the day a little bit, if you tell your boss, wherever you work, the state, it's a law. Hey, I need to go vote. They have to allow you time. I don't care if you're a teacher and they got to find somebody to cover your classroom. They have to allow you that time to go and vote. So it ain't no excuse. No excuse. Go on, Weezy.
All right, don't complain. Do not complain if you're not voting. Do not complain.
That's facts,
Do
though.
not complain. Do not complain. Go vote.
That's facts.
Yes.
Smith, you want to say something? Smith and West?
Just
Loaded him up.
stay loaded. Listen, this is like MacTown said. This is the election that directly affects you. This midterm. Those local government officials that we're voting in for our state, our town. So it's very important. A lot of people, and I'm just going to say a lot of African Americans,
Get into it.
think that the presidential election is the one. But actually, this is the one.
Yeah.
You got Steve, the car salesman, running for mayor.
Listen, girl, I'm going to spit my street out.
Please vote on it.
Hey,
Steve ain't never been out in that wood. Been
Listen.
selling us these cars we be paying off for 13 years.
Correct. And then they
Well,
clump.
selling them.
pressure
Cause
get
I ain't
on.
got handcuffs and still left.
You know what I'm saying? Leaving them hammers in the bathroom.
Play all day.
Leaving them hammers in the bathroom.
So at the end of the day, go vote. Y'all too, Georgia.
Exercise your
Y'all got
mind.
Stacy up there. Y'all got Warden.
Yeah.
Y'all know Herschel. You know, I'm just saying. I've been listening to Herschel. I don't know about Herschel. You need to stick to the ball of foot. But make sure you utilize your rights, utilize your voice in all seriousness, and get to the polls. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now on to our skill tree. And now listen. I need y'all ready for this, Mr. White. I know you doing your sports stuff, but I need you. I know you do 2-3 things at a time, but I need y'all ready for this.
I got the damn Cowboys fan hit me up talking shit. You know what I'm saying? I got a song. I ain't gonna be quiet.
But y'all gonna keep the Cowboys name out your mouth in the Spill podcast from Smith. I feel you looking at me over here. I feel something from the left.
Pulling up to the mic.
I feel something from the left, baby, and it was fire. Okay, so to our skill tree and spillers, y'all, we're not gonna be here all day. We're gonna get this over with. We already sat out there and talked for a whole hour and 14 minutes and should have been in here. But anyway, okay. So listen, this week, according to the Root.com, and I love the Root.com, I follow a lot of black news websites because it just be so much good stuff. Some of the stuff makes me scratch out my head, but 90% of the time it's always good stuff. Anyway, but it's one of my favorite news sources for the culture. It's a group of the report they made this week was about a group of prominent private schools in New York. So they have adapted this anti-racism training for parents, okay? So a part of the application process, in order for their children to attend, the parents has to attend this training, y'all. This is the anti-racism training where they go and they learn the importance of racism, how the schools are not tolerating it, how you're going to take this training because you are going to teach your children not to be racist because we don't tolerate racism. We're not racist. Why are they doing it in 2022? But anyway, we're not racist in here. And listen, in order for the parents to complete the application, they have to do a 500-word essay on what they learned. Now, it's really not funny. It's sad as hell. It's sad as hell because why are we still trying to teach people not to be racist in 2022? Man. But yeah, these schools in New York done had enough. They sick of it. They said, look, y'all not going to be coming in here with this racist foolishness. You know, some of the parents in protest, they've decided to remove the parents that students were already in there. They've decided to remove their kids from the schools. But the schools, the administrations of the schools said that they are sick of it. They are now enforcing inclusion, equity, and they're condemning racism by building an anti-racist community. They strongly feel that whenever you are racist, basically you culture a racist environment and that makes your children racist. And in order for you to bring your children in this school, you got to go through this training and you got to write a 500-word essay on what you learned in this training and what steps that you're going to make sure that you're raising your children not to be racist. Whew, that was a lot for me. But anyway, because I was like, what the hell? Like, are we really doing this in 2022? But we are. And when I was reading the full article, like, it really baffled me because these rich people mad as hell. Like, one of the parents said, you're not going to subject me or project your feelings onto me about whatever you feel about racism. I don't want to do the freaking training and I'm not keeping my kids in this school. We're taking them out. But I was so happy to know that the administration stood up and was like, good, bye. Mm-hmm. And we're not talking about black administration. Sip that tea. Oh. Yeah, that part.
I didn't even want to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I read through the line.
Listen, how y'all feel about that? Like,
but then you start off saying it's a private school, so they gonna run under different.
Hold on. She said prominent.
Prominent, yeah.
Prominent. You know what that means?
They gonna pay for what they want and desire. You know what I'm saying? So
they
can change their culture, and if they not living that lifestyle or feel some kind of way, they're gonna do it because they want their kids in the best schools and whatever they
and I said that too. I said at the end of the day, if they really want their children a part of this best prominent community, they gonna do what's necessary. But when you pulling them out, I mean, they say something right there.
Because you pulling that cloak off.
Yeah, that's it. You pulling that cloak off.
Because some of
if
this
you
is
got
going
it
on.
on.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But some of them gotta put it on.
Right.
They just gonna let you know what from what they about. What they gonna do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, just keep it 100. Like, racism is one of the biggest things in America.
Yeah.
It's going on every day. You see
day.
some, you go on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, it's going on every day. Racism is going on every day. And then you gotta look at it. We talking about America. It's America. It's built off racism.
Right. Well.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
Right.
built off racism,
Right.
so it ain't going nowhere.
No.
Believe me, I don't care. Just like trying to tell black folks stop eating chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Lord, that's
definitely gonna happen.
Hey, they're trying to tell black folks stop saying nigga. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going nowhere. America is built off racism.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it ain't going
It's in
nowhere.
the fibers of the
Yeah.
But
And it was hidden very well until Obama got into
That's
office.
it.
It reared
It
its
was
head.
a baby reared his head. It didn't rear his head, baby. It
It
came
came
out. Bam.
Yeah.
And there were all these different.
It was there
groups.
already
Yeah,
before
it was
Obama
already
got there.
there.
Yeah.
But once he definitely got there, oh.
It was
Yeah.
bold. It came
Yeah.
out. It was bold.
Yeah. It ain't, man, that ain't finna change. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
And that's so sad that we have to raise our black children to be able to discern and distinguish, you know what I'm saying, people that are really there for you and people that's not. Because, you know, as a Christian, I learned to love everybody in spite of, you know what I'm saying? Even if they mistreat me, you know what I'm saying? I
Right.
still have to love them.
Right.
And we have to teach our children this, you know what I'm saying? But when your child question you like, Mama, why I gotta do it? And they, you know what I'm saying? It does make you scratch your head.
Right.
And it's, for me, I'm just like, baby, it's the law of life. I'm just trying to be obedient. I just want to give them pearly gates. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the end of the day, like Weezy said, racism has been here. Like you said, Ms. McDaniel, when President Obama got in office, it reared his head, it reared his whole entire body. You know what I'm saying?
Sure did.
And it's pitiful because at the end of the day, you got your people that's gonna act a fool for who they gonna act a fool for. But you got your black folk that really they with the stuff too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you pick and choose your battles. You know what
But
I'm saying?
then, you know, like another thing, it's like when Obama was in office, he had a lot of restrictions. And stuff he couldn't do, stuff he couldn't say. But then y'all voted your boy in. Your boy should have got a VH1 show.
A whole reality show.
Like, Trump had a circus going on.
It did. And
And
still
still
do.
does.
And still does.
He exposed racism too.
Literally.
He did not care. You know what I'm saying? People like, he rode the wave of racism.
No,
I said, man, he didn't care.
expose it, yep.
Man, he was about that money.
That's it.
But what I'm saying is, he got away with the color of his skin. He got away with a lot of stuff that Obama couldn't get away with.
Right.
A whole lot.
But
Right.
President Obama was so, y'all, he had so much class and so much integrity
Yes.
and so much swag. Like, he was like, man, look, I already know what y'all about. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I'm gonna let y'all gonna expose yourselves. I ain't gotta do nothing. And that's exactly what he did. And I hope to be as strong as him just in life, period. Because it's hard. And y'all can imagine what he went through. All type of hate letters and hate, just people talking to him every day, mistreating him. Like, baby, it takes a special child of the king to be able to handle any of that.
He
That's
had that cloak of protection.
I'm talking about literally.
He did.
And it's y'all know that picture of those black men covering him in prayer, like when he was in the middle, and it was just a ton of black men just had their hands. And when I say that was nothing, girl, you gotta see that picture, girl. I cried when I first saw it because I knew that's what held him and took him through those 8 years.
Yeah.
When Michelle got out of the office and she got to tell him what was really going on, you knew it was the grace of God. I said on the last episode, the episode before that, when they had the portrait reveal, you know, every president at the end of their presidency, the new president invites them back for the revealing of their or unveiling of their portraits that goes into the White House for a lifetime. 45 didn't even invite them back. He said, we're not doing nothing for them. No.
Sure did not.
President Biden just did that for them about 2 months ago.
I
45 did not want them. He said no. When they left, they said he threw out the mattress. He said everything that Obama said, touch, I don't want it. I don't want it. Throw it away. Yeah, he went there. Yes. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and it was the grace of God for him. But I said that to say that whenever it's time, when we're educating our children and we're preparing our children for the future, I feel like it's so sad that they literally have to, like, this is something that they have to witness and experience. And it does create a culture of race, you know, a racial environment, and it does build racist children.
Yes.
And that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's exactly, and it's so sad, man. Ooh, it's sad.
And then now, you know, our kids.
I need you to like this.
This is an era of social media. And I'm
Hey.
telling you, like my baby, she's 11. She comes to me sharing stuff that she sees on TikTok. Mommy, did you know X, Y, Z? And it'd be real stuff that's actually happening. And I'm like, well, how did you? TikTok.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not shielded.
Right, at all.
They're not shielded. You know, they're able that they see everything. They're experiencing it because of social media in this era that we're in. So that plays into, you know, how, because I know with mine, I have to talk to her, you know, so that she has her own mind about things. When she experiences things, I mean, I know that this is what you're seeing on social media or YouTube or wherever. However, let's talk about it. You know, you really have to talk to your kids now, because back when we were children, we didn't have all.
We didn't have none of this. We had Black Lady in MySpace, and
And
you had to go to the page and click, and you wasn't seeing nothing.
So it's really, they're really impressionable now because they're exposed to everything.
Everything. There's nothing withheld, and that's good that you have those conversations with her, because I just told my kids it straight up. It's a effect, like, it's not real. It's a front. Everything on social media, I don't care, the bodies, the money, it's not real. Anything that you have to get hastily or do hastily, maybe it's not gonna last, it's not real. And please believe, those pretty faces, you don't know what they're struggling with behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? The most that you're going to see real are the exposure, like the racist stuff, and Karen's, and the Jeffrey, Lord help me, give me another name, the Bills. You know, the people that don't mean you in a good, like, social media will definitely put that out. But a lot of stuff, child, Weezy, what you got to say? Because you look like you got something on your mind.
Oh, no, we're good.
But I do want to add that school, as ridiculous as it is in 2022, hats off. Hats off to you.
Hats off, kudos.
Because, you know, hey, you want to cancel the racist culture at your school. You gonna make, hey, you have the autonomy to do that. And I say kudos to you.
Me too. I do too.
It's ridiculous that you have to do that
Right.
in this day and age. However, the fact that you're making that important and you're standing up to all of that hatred and bigotry, go.
And that's how I feel. I'm like that. That's why I said at the beginning, like, it baffles me that we're still doing that in 2022. But it makes me
almost 60 years since the civil rights. This was before the civil rights had been signed.
Oh, yeah.
We still fighting for the same
thing.
Yeah.
60, 70 years later. What is the problem? Why are we still having to fight for the same rights and rules as everybody else?
People with pure hate in their hearts. For some reason, people feel like that the African American culture is going to take over and rule the world. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. You know what I'm saying? But the real people love. You know what I'm saying? Like, love, I feel like should just illuminate and just, you know, I just can't.
Yeah.
It's American history.
Well,
it's in the fibers.
It's American history. It's
homegrown.
Homegrown.
It's homegrown. It ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you.
And if you have
20 years from now, 30 years, it's still
here
going to be
to
there.
stay.
Yeah.
Because it's being taught from generation to generation.
And they're exposing it on a lot
nowhere.
of these documentaries. Like if you go to Netflix and watch 13.
Yep.
It's like that one, and then there are a couple of others. I know there's one on Hulu. There are several documentaries that are exposing it and telling the story from the start all the way up into the present, and how it changed too, how it became systemic.
Yes.
You know, with the as far as like the prison system, with Jim Crow,
School pipeline of prison.
Yes.
Name your streets.
Yeah.
Right.
The black names are the hoods.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yup.
That's
they'll learn you something.
Yeah, learn you something. It'll teach you. teacher, like my grandma said, a teacher.
Gotta learn, yeah.
But at the end of the day, like we said, kudos to the school that is doing this. I hate that it has to be like this in 2022, but I feel like at the end of the day, y'all are saying put some respect on our name. You know what I'm saying?
Impressed.
We're not for it. You know,
Especially
and
with
that's
the administrators.
when
impressed.
it's and for it to be permanent and you gotta and we telling you we don't want your money unless you know what I'm saying. If you ain't doing this, we don't want your
That's
money.
huge.
That's super huge. So I love that. Did y'all want to end that with something, or y'all good on that?
Oh, we good.
Y'all good
Mm-hmm.
on it? Okay, so we got a 5-second pause. I'm about to put this music on for the Q note here, and then we finna go straight into our stuff. We get right into it. Y'all ready? Make sure that's right there. Y'all crazy. What happened? What you say? It's I told you, Karen, and then green light to the light.
When that store was printed.
October 24th.
Wow.
Yeah, it's on theroot.com. Go to the root. This is the entire
Yeah.
link and article is there. It's really good. Okay, so to our topic time. We gonna try not to hold y'all a long time. We gonna hit it and quit it. You know what I'm saying? We got come on. Okay, so we just about to get straight into it. I do want to make a disclaimer on behalf of myself and my fellow educators in the building. We are not here to bash anyone, to judge anyone, or to gripe by any means necessary. Maybe gripe a little bit. But we are here to just tell our experiences, good, bad, in hopes that this helps someone to do better, to be better, and to even learn to approach things differently, but in a much better way, okay? Now that that's out the way, like what Steve Harvey said on Kings and Company, we said we just want to thank the Lord, we thank God, blah, blah. Now that that's out the way. Okay, so listen. We didn't finish our last conversation, so we're going to try to get it all out today again. Like I said, we got to come back in December, January, February. So finish it, we will. But anyway, today we're going to talk everything education, administration. All things, of course, education is ever changing, so we'll probably never, ever, ever end that conversation.
Right.
But I did have quite a few people to hit me up, putting emphasis on the parents' responsibilities, administration responsibilities, student athletes, Weezy, attendance, and teachers' mental health. I had a couple of people to say, what about the, concerned about teachers' mental health, which meant a lot to me because I am a mental health advocate, I am an educator, and I know the importance of it, baby. Y'all know I take a day quick fast in here, man. I ain't gonna be able to do it tomorrow. Anyway, so we're gonna hit on as much as possible. If we don't finish it out, we just gonna come back December, January, February, one of the days, okay? So let's get to it. We're gonna go and get the parents out the way first and foremost. Now, we cannot stress enough how important it is for our parents to be more proactive in their children's lives when it comes to education. Y'all already know, parents are the first educators. You are your child's first teacher. Yes. So whether you are doing it intentionally, which means you are literally working with them and helping them and trying to teach them the right thing, or you're doing it unintentionally and they just looking and learning from you, stuff that they probably shouldn't look and learn from you. You are their first teacher, and their environment is their first source, their first view of learning. So if you're reading around your babies, be it a magazine, a book, a Bible, newspaper, whatever, your babies are going to inherit an appetite for reading. Now, if you're always going off, you're talking crazy, you're gossiping, you're fighting, you're fussing, acting crazy, just being how you been, in that environment, that's what they're going to inherit and inhabit. If the environment is structured, they'll be structured kid. If the environment is not structured, you're probably going to have a child that's all over the place, okay? So I said that because someone asked me to mention the parents and the communications when it comes to parents and their children. I told y'all earlier, I'm a middle school teacher, so I'm learning a lot. I'm learning, how to be more transparent with my parents because at the end of the day, I'm prepping your babies for high school. And a lot of things or behaviors that the children are projecting is because of something that they've learned and that they've seen, whether it's positive or be negative, okay? So when it comes to parents' responsibilities and parents being the first teachers, I don't remember us really talking about that the first episode, but like, what do you guys feel about that? Like, do you really feel, because somebody even disagreed with me and was like, no, yeah, I may do this, but they know better. My baby know not to, because I've asked somebody, like, you know, y'all know, I told y'all I'm neighborhood. So I randomly asked people. And I was like, well, how do you feel? Do you feel, because you, the way that you act, like if your baby act like that behind your back, do you think they got it honest? Or no, because my baby know better, blah, blah, blah. How do y'all feel about that? Would y'all take that microphone off and just hold it like y'all did last time? Cause yeah, just take that. Yeah, there you go, sis. Take that thing out and put this on. Baby, we can hear you good. You sound wonderful. You sound like Tommy Seville on Fire Storm in the 92.3, baby.
Listen. Now we know that our children are very impressionable, and we know that they watch and they pay attention. When you don't think they're watching and paying attention, they are. So please know, in case you didn't realize, your child is picking up on your behavior and actions. I'm sorry, they are. When they come to school and they behave a certain way, and then you come to the school and you behave the exact same way, we know now where that child got that behavior from.
What they say, the apple don't fall too far.
It doesn't fall. It does not.
That's why he turning red over here. He got something to say.
You know, you're chip off the old block, you know, all of those things. No. You have to teach them. It's not a, my child knows better or should know better. These are children. We have to teach them. We have to groom them. We have to prepare them. We have to show them what we want to see come from them. And if you're showing them foolery, ignorance, rage, and all of this extra, that's what they're going to portray. What they're seeing and living on a daily basis. If you think about it, even when you go to schools, and your child and there's children in certain classrooms. Teachers who have classroom management, their children. Okay, let me stop. Listen, we gotta get that point across. When you'll see children coming out of classrooms, they even take on, a lot of times they'll take on their teacher's personality and mannerisms. If you're structured and you run your classroom a certain way, the children are going to be structured. You know, they're going to come out of there that way. If you all over the place and crazy and don't have any management, well, the kids are going to be all over the place crazy, and they're going to exhibit that
classroom management.
Right. So, come on, parents. We got to be smarter than that. Those are your babies. They come from you. And if you want to see something different coming from them, you got to show them. You have to model that.
Yes,
model. That's the term in education. Let us teach you model it for the baby.
Yeah. Weezy, okay.
Piggyback on what she said. Another thing is these kids will manipulate.
Ooh.
If I see, am I gonna believe it? My parents.
Preach!
My parents believe everything I say when I come home.
Please preach!
And tell what the teacher done. And they be on me, they pick my side.
That part.
And the parents not doing the investigation
to
see if it's the truth. And this is a whole lie. These parents going, the kids saying you'll send you up for failure.
Listen,
your kids saying you up for failure. Go up there to their school and look like a clown.
You better talk about it, Mr. Wide. For real. And I was just saying that earlier. When so we all love our children. I promise Jesus has literally given us a dose of what his love for us is with our children. However, you need to really know your child inside and out. You cannot put anything past your child, because at the end of the day, the child is going to be a child. Yes. It is what it is, sis, bro. Like, it is what it is. If you have not had a conversation with your child's teacher about your child, don't call your teacher going off snapping about what little Billy or what little Sarah came home and told you about what the teacher done did. Because I promise you, if you come in that classroom and have a conversation with the teacher, you will see things in a different light. I'm going through it now. Like, I just cannot believe that instead of you calling me and saying, well, what's going on? How was this? You want to call and go off. That don't even make sense. You didn't even ask me what's going on, because I promise you, when I show you evidence, schoolwork, grades, all of that stuff, when I show you that, you're going to be looking crazy as hell.
But should the parents be on there if they got the dojo thing?
Yeah.
I'm middle school. I don't do dojo.
Okay.
I calls,
Yeah.
honey. I calls and emails.
Yeah.
But even with
got
dojo,
that too, then?
yeah.
They have access. They have access.
Yes, it's. I'm in the middle school.
Right.
But why are we doing dojo in middle schools though? You know what I'm saying? Why? First of all, keep up with your child. That's understandable. But if I'm telling you that there's an issue and there's something going on, I need you to correct it. You know what I'm saying? Don't call the teacher going out saying what you doing. And baby, I promise you, I'm not the only teacher that's going to take it. You know what I'm saying?
Too much
And I think
babysitting.
that's what they think. We're
Too much
babysitting.
babysitting.
You
Yeah, too
know
much
what I'm saying?
babysitting.
And
They
then I
just what
hold
they
them
are.
accountable. Your kids are going to be different with you than they
Yep.
are with someone else.
Totally different.
And like Smith said, depending on what the structure of your classroom looks like, they can be jumping off tables, or they're going to be sitting there doing what they're supposed to be doing because that has been put in place.
Yep.
Even if you're not doing it at home.
Yep.
Right.
But you need to be doing it at home, so when they come in here, they don't have too much to learn
That part.
when they get in my classroom.
That part. And then Ms. White, you said a whole mouthful. Because, and it's so sad that we allow our children to manipulate us to the point to where we're not even asking questions.
Right.
It's just whatever it is that they say, we believe. But at the end of the day, you gonna be looking foolish. I promise you, you're going to be looking foolish. And I'm that teacher. Ain't nobody about to come up in here any kind of way. Not on 19. I don't know what you did before third period, first, whatever period, I got you. But when it's time for you to come in here, this is how it's going to go down, and that's that on that. At the end of the day, I'm teaching. I got a job to do.
Right.
And if you don't like the way I do my job, that's personal. So.
And I'll even go so far as to tell them, hey, however your mama and them run their house
That's
is their business.
Yeah.
So if you're running the house, if
Yeah.
they're allowing you to run it, more power to them.
Yeah.
But when you step in here,
Yeah.
I'm the adult,
Yeah.
you're a child, you don't have to take the role of the adult in my classroom.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah.
So, I go as far as to tell them that.
Yeah.
'Cause I actually ask my students, who run the house at home?
Right.
I'm looking for hands. And I'm so dead serious.
Right.
Who run the house?
Right.
Okay, here's the next question. Who mama them? Yes, mama them.
Right.
Who mama them allow them to do what they want to do, how they want to do it?
Right.
But I'm
Right.
looking for hands.
But
Right.
believe me,
Right.
the police gonna tell you what's
They're
going
gonna
on.
tell you.
Right.
They're
They
gonna
gonna
tell
tell
you.
you.
Oh, they gonna
You
tell
can
us.
ask the kid one question, he'll tell you, hey, from A to C, what's going
And
on
will.
in the
And
house.
and that's another thing, we be trying to protect the kids in the relationships with their parents. You calling us going off, sis, I can tell you everything, sis, and the little bro
Everything.
just told me
Correct.
that goes on at home.
Correct.
But I'm trying to protect, our relationship, my relationship and rapport with this student, and then, but I'm still looking at you sideways. Cause are you really going on like this and I really know what's going on?
Being nice.
But
Can't
extremely
call
nice,
those people.
literally, can literally put them people in your life.
Which one you
That's
want?
right.
DHS or
But-
LRPD? Which
Because
one?
at the end of the day, we can lose our license if we don't report it.
If you,
So
if you
please,
don't know, we are mandated.
mandated. Yes,
We
yeah,
are mandated
Yeah.
Report.
to look
Yeah.
look over to report
Yeah.
what's going on with
Absolutely.
your kids. We are mandated.
absolutely.
So really, some of you parents out there need to be
Laying
going
low.
to
appreciating your teachers.
appreciating
Yeah.
your
There you
teachers.
go.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah.
everybody in the building.
Yeah.
From the custodians all the way to the
That part.
principal.
That part.
For
It
real,
takes a village.
because everybody in that school is mandated.
Yes.
Everybody is
Yeah.
mandated, from the custodian, the janitors, all the way to the principals are mandated.
Right.
So you really need to be thinking of, hey,
Yeah.
whatever, hey, if nothing ain't going on, bring something up there for everybody.
That's it, everybody.
Package, not all made. You know what your household is like.
Right. So the
Yes.
purpose of that, parents, we really want you all to be more be an advocate for your child, but we also want you to communicate with the teachers, because a lot of times, like Mr. Wise said earlier, if the children can be manipulative, and it's nothing that we're going to hold against them, because we love them. You know what I'm saying? We love what we do,
Right.
and we know, we understand children. We know children. We went to school for this. We've learned it. We had college courses about child development. All of this stuff we expect. However, if you're saying and doing a certain thing about the teachers around the children, that causes the child to be defiant in the classroom, which causes more tension and more problems in the home, and the teacher, when the parent hadn't even had a conversation with the child, you know what I'm saying? And then it makes the child be like, my mama cussed her, or going around telling people, my mama did this, or my mama did, you know what I'm saying? And it makes them like, it's like the teacher is gonna do it, because I'm that teacher. I don't care who go, baby, you still gonna do what you gotta do in this class. I know phone calls don't scare me, top that don't, you're gonna do what you have to do in this class. But to prevent a lot of that and to you know what I'm saying, cut down on the foolishness, make sure that you are that ain't even, I was gonna say community, but that ain't a word. Make sure you communicate, converse with your child's teacher, so that you can really know what's going on first and foremost. We're not taking kids' words over nothing. I don't care how much I love my 15-year-old baby. And I've had it to happen. I promise you. When she was in middle school, she said, well, this teacher did this, and she keep doing it. I said, I'm just gonna talk to the teacher, because you spoiled, you're the only child, and I know. And the teacher kind of told me, she was like, she's really smart and she's really sweet, but she's privileged. She has a privileged attitude, and I have a problem. And the teacher told me that out of her mouth. And when she told me that, guess what? I promise I didn't go off on that lady. I said, you might have a point, ma'am. Because she is the only child. She is very spoiled. She has a huge village that she's the only around. So she gets an additional, like that overdose of love and all of that. And she does so well, so we may do it on a toxic level. And I promise y'all, since then, I've backed up. I ain't love my baby any less, probably even more. However, I've understood that she's a child, and that manipulative, like I know that part now. You know what I'm saying? So she know, baby, go to your teachers any kind of way again if you want to. I'll be in the classroom. I'm gonna embarrass somebody, gonna get embarrassed, and it ain't gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, parents, listen to your children, but please go to the source first. Stop going off, because that's a problem. Okay.
Get all the sides.
Get all of it, because it's 3 sides. They side, my side, and Jesus' side, which is the truth.
You know, stop practicing the mirror like Kevin Hart.
Tell the teacher, take a long. And that's so sad. I saw one of my students. I went to school with one of my students' parents. I saw my student and the parent doing that Kevin Hart skit, and I felt some type of way, because I'm like, and she be in class, not just the school, didn't give me the blues, but the other teachers, and you gonna do this TikTok. See, you don't need to play like that with her. You know what I'm saying? And then
and social media has missed, and the dynamic of parenting has changed.
Oh,
for some folks.
Everybody want to be friends.
I think we said that on the last podcast. I wasn't friends with my mama until I was 23.
And still my friends then, because she was still mama.
Okay. Y'all want to be when they 12 and 10 or 7 or 5, think that stuff cute.
No.
And then by the time they get up, you
backfire.
back.
Yep, backfire.
But then another thing is, we got some of these teachers can't go in here being these kids' friends. You better go in there and set. You better go in there and set them ground rules.
Classroom management, baby.
Guess what? It's gonna be a long year.
Classroom management,
You might not make it to Thanksgiving break.
Baby, listen.
The first 9 weeks.
For real.
The teachers don't want to try to be their friends and give them candy to be good, this and this and that.
Bribing them.
I don't pay for the reward. I tell my kids off top, I'm not your friend. We don't become friends until you make it out of my class.
Right.
It's okay to like, hey, you did good.
Right.
That's fine. But all that other stuff, extra.
But you trying to bait them to be good.
No, that's
silly.
Because if you can't keep up with them, it's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a long year.
My kids know if I skip treasure chest on this Friday, Monday you still gonna come here and do what you need to do.
Right. And I had one of my sisters say, Miss Wilson, I said, first of all, my treasure chest, that's a box of snacks for me, sis. You just get to enjoy them whenever I feel like, you know what I'm saying? But don't come in here thinking that you just gonna get every day. No. You're expected to behave like this in my class. So this is what you're gonna do. Mentos or not, chips or not. This is what you're gonna do. I do. I think I'm the lady on Dangerous Mind, rest in peace, Coolio. But the teacher, you know what I'm saying, when she was just told them, like, I randomly do that to my students. I don't do it. I do it probably once every other tour. I got a treasure box full of stuff. And I've learned that if they come in every classroom, every class period thinking that they gonna get something, they trying to be, nah, bro.
Right.
This is what you're supposed to do. Why a candy bar gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it'll be a random day to where I'm just doing something. I'll be like, go to the pump, go to the treasure box, sir. You know what I'm saying? And I'm middle school, y'all. Why am I bribing children in middle school? At this point, you need to know this is your job.
Right.
You don't have to pay no bills. You don't have to. You eat, sleep, boo-boo, wash your butt, everything for free. Go to school and just do what you're supposed to do and go home.
Just do your part.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. And Mr. Wyatt, I'm gonna put you on blast because we need your help. Now, you know, I'm keeping my mouth off this because, you know, this is not my area of expertise. But I do have some of them in the class, so I have questions that need answers, like the kids say. So listen, student athletes. Student athletes. Now, we call them student athletes, and that's what they should be called. However, these student athletes out here giving these teachers hell. I'm talking about grades. Horrible. I'm talking about I support a lot of my students outside of school. And report card they come, y'all need to come see me. Like I'm literally that teacher. Let me holler at you. Let me see what you got going on. I don't care what you got on. Let me see what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to dictate the fostering of our relationship. Because now I need to know how I need to be on you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I had some students that had some B's. And it's like, but it was good athletes. It was good. It wasn't that bad. It's just one. It's just two. And I'm like, bruh, a C ain't really good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like for me in math back in the day, thank you, Lord. But no, a C, So if a C is not good, a D and an F, you're basically failing. That means you do not meet the criteria to pass this course.
Right.
That you're failing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So anyway, I said all of that to say, massive write-ups, grades bad, all over the place with, behavior inside the classrooms, disrespectful, just anything student athlete doesn't even, you know what I'm saying, don't even apply. I remember when we was back when I was in school, you too, y'all used to have to wear ties and stuff on game days. You used to have to dress up. So they, and then had to wear your jerseys and stuff so that the teachers can know this is the student athlete. We're holding them accountable if they're doing something they're not supposed to do. Let us know. They're not gonna play this game. I don't care how good they are. But listen, now somebody said that the coaches don't even hold them accountable, and I witnessed it. You know, the kids be acting a plum nut. Grades be horrible, but they gonna get you that W. They gonna get us to the championship, and they gonna get us here. So we really not gonna hold them accountable. What's up with that? How you feel about that?
Look, girl, I'm gonna tell you this. It shouldn't even got to the coaches. And it shouldn't even got to the coaches. That starts at home. You know what I'm saying?
And that's true, because I have had a parent. I called a parent. She said, "You know what I'm gonna call the coach."
Yeah.
I'm
But see, that, like, to me, that starts at home. The disrespect, being disrespectful and all that, not having a GPA, and then make it so bad. What's the GPA for kids now?
What you getting the mic, bro?
Oh, my bad. What's the GPA for
It's
kids?
still like a 2.5 or something. Yeah.
2.5?
And that ain't nothing.
I thought it was lower than that.
I think it.
Was it 2.1?
I think now in school's like 2.0, wasn't it?
I thought it was 2.0.
Yeah.
It was low.
Yeah.
That's
And then at one point they was talking about going down like to 1.8.
No.
Why would you say so many of them that are failing?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I'm telling you,
So now you're
yes.
gonna lower the bar.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Lower the expectation for them to do.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, like when we was in school, it was like 2.0 or 2.3 or something like that.
I thought it was 2.0.
Yeah. It was like it was low.
Yeah.
No kids, yeah, it was low.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
So why you gonna keep lowering the
That don't make
expectation?
sense. Because when it's time for them to get those scholarships and stuff, they still have to have a certain number for the ACT and SAT.
And you still
They
have a
still
certain
have
grade
to,
point.
yeah, they still have to have a certain grade point average.
Yeah.
Especially if they want to get into like D1 schools with full
Yeah.
scholarships.
Yeah.
Right.
What?
But see, like I said, that starts at home.
It does.
That starts at home. It should never get to the coach for the coaches to make that decision.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is me.
Yeah.
If I'm a parent,
I'm gonna bench my child.
yeah, I'm gonna
I don't
bench my
care what
child.
you
Yeah.
say.
Period.
He
And,
ain't gonna
and
be
that's
there.
the
Right.
thing.
That shouldn't be the coach's decision.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That shouldn't be the coach's decision.
Right.
But if it do come to the coach, they do gonna want the coaches to make sure checking on his players. He or she checking on the players and see if they doing what they supposed to do in the classroom.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They
Right.
still, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
they shouldn't get to the coach's seat.
Because
And then another thing, that like I'm saying, you got these parents.
Mhm.
They want to put everything on the teachers and the coach. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
Man,
wanna
the
take
coach. I'm gonna call the coach.
Yeah.
What you calling the coach for?
Yep.
You the parent.
Right.
Right.
You the parent. At the end of the day, you the parent. That kid
Yeah.
gotta come on with you.
Yeah.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Now the coach should be there just to reinforce it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To reinforce it.
Right.
Like to let them know, hey, you not finna embarrass me as a
Right.
coach.
Right.
That's like when I was coaching, I'm going down the hallway, I got teachers, hey, Mr. White, such and such doing this, such and such doing that.
Right.
So I gotta reinforce, like, you gonna run layups,
Yeah.
you know? But I'm
Right.
saying it never should, that should never get to the coaches.
Yeah.
You know,
Into his
they
or
should,
her life.
right.
Yeah.
That should
Right.
never have to be, that should be enforced at home
Yeah.
Yeah.
First.
first. But
Yeah.
then, like I say, these parents out here, my child going to the NBA,
I was just about to
my
say that
child
too.
going to the NFL. Hey, if your child can't read
Mm.
or write,
What they got to fall back on?
what you gonna have to fall
Because
back
what are
on?
the odds that
Yeah.
your child's gonna make it to the league?
Hey, y'all putting these kids in there, making them George Bush kids.
Shut up.
I'm just saying, no child left behind. What? They just gonna keep passing the ball.
That's it.
Then you gonna get up to high school.
Man.
You know,
It's
they
a
come
straight
recruit
up.
them. They gonna get like, oh, this kid can't even read.
Yep.
So how you gonna read the playbook?
Yep.
How
Yep.
you gonna read the plays?
All right.
How you gonna, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna understand what I'm just saying? Like, that's what they gonna be looking at.
Right.
But believe me, they gonna if he a good athlete, if he good,
Yeah.
believe me, they ain't gonna find a way.
Yeah.
That's sad.
They
It's
gonna
so
find
sad.
a way.
It's
It's a small percentage of people that's gonna make it to the
To the
NFL,
literally.
NBA,
Yeah.
and Major
Yeah.
League Baseball. It's only a few percentage
Yeah.
of those people.
Yeah.
You got the rest of your life to do this.
Right.
So you need to get an education amongst the sports.
But to me, that don't fall on the coach's lap. That falls
On
on
the
the
parents'
parent's
lap.
lap.
It does.
I need to make sure my kid can read, can act, can comprehend his work to help him better on through life.
And I was with you when you said that the coaches are just there to reinforce it. Because at the end of the day, it's your job to bench your baby. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Correct.
Oh, so this what we doing in the classroom?
Mhm.
You better sit down, bro. Like you don't want to play. You don't love this sport. You don't want to because you don't even know how to act in the classroom.
Right.
You know how to get out here and score high. I need you to score high
Right.
in the classroom.
Right.
And that's so true. I was Pierre Strong Jr. Like I love his story. You know what I'm saying? Went to McClellan. You know, graduated 17. Didn't get not one D1 scholarship offer. I think he got like one of the lowest of the lowest somewhere
Yeah, he
in
got
Iowa.
D2.
Yeah.
I think they South Dakota State. I think
Yeah,
they
South
D2.
Dakota. And
Yeah.
and then when he got there, like he always had NFL dreams, but he had said from day one, I want a degree. So I'm gonna go, I know I'm gonna go to the NFL, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish college and then I'm going to go and try out. And that brother finished college and went and tried out and got drafted with New England Patriots
Yeah.
after a couple of months after he got his college degree. And I'm saying that to say you need to make sure you set your child up for a backup plan at the end of the day.
Right.
What's his name? My boy Deion Sanders. He said now that he's Jackson State players. All y'all got NFL potential. You know what I'm saying? But everybody ain't going to the league. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do after that though? You know,
Yeah.
what you doing? So he make his boys break anything less than a 3.0, you sitting down. You ain't playing. You know what I'm saying?
He keeping it real with
Yeah.
him.
Keeping it 100. He
He
said,
just
because
keeping it
everybody
real
ain't
with
going
him.
to the league.
Yeah.
Right.
I need you to be able to
Yeah.
get a degree
Yeah.
after this program. This program gonna help open some doors for you. It may not be the NFL,
Right, right.
but you're gonna get some doors open for you. But I need you to make sure that you're on your business. And I feel like as parents, we need, especially black boys, like, yeah, we feel like our kids are good enough to go to the league, to do all of this. But what about their academics? What if they just in their percentage
Right.
that they're
Yeah.
tall, they're built, and their statue, everything is league ready,
Right.
but they just, somebody's better than them and pick, like, literally that one chance.
Or you
Like-
blow that knee out.
Or you
Yeah.
know that knee
Yeah.
out. Or yes, that part.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like I said, it ain't nothing wrong
Yes.
with one of your kids to go to the
Nothing at
NFL,
all.
the NBA. It ain't nothing wrong with that. What we
Nothing at
saying
all.
is, parent your kids.
That's it. First.
Parent your kids.
Yes.
Be a parent,
First.
not their friends.
Yes.
Be a parent.
Yes.
Make y'all the ones supposed to be going to the school and seeing what your kids learn.
Right.
When your kids come home, just don't you gonna ask them how your day was going. Oh, it was good. No.
That's all.
No. Keep
Yeah.
on questioning them, but believe me.
I said that.
Question them.
I said
Question
that.
them like they in an interrogation
That's
room.
it. That's it. And Mackenzie,
Because
yeah,
it's gonna come
she
out.
hates it, but
Like-
she's gonna answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was your day? Good. Okay, what was good about it?
Yeah.
Like, you need to ask open-ended
Yes.
questions and expect open-ended answers.
right.
How was it? What did you learn? Well, how was your interaction with the teacher? Well, how did the teacher feel? Did the teacher ask you any questions? Did you answer the question correctly? Well, why you didn't get it wrong? Well, was it hard? Does the teacher not have whatever is available for you? Did you ask the teacher to explain it? Like, you got
Yes.
to hold your babies accountable.
Right.
Like, you have to. And if you don't hold them accountable, don't be calling us going off, sis. And don't be calling. I had a student. Your class was the only class I got a C in. I said, baby, and you probably shouldn't have gotten that if we're gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I was just that teacher. Like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have. We probably should have really, if we would have really went into depth with that grade and those grades and those assessments, you may have not gotten that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm that teacher. I don't care if I look like the villain. But what's
Right.
not gonna happen is you not gonna be walking around like you geniusy. You know what I'm saying? In my class, and you
Yeah.
nah, bro, nuh-uh.
Exactly. It was
Baby, I
it's
doing
some-
some appetites.
There's some parents going around, my baby got this. My
That's
baby
it,
got
baby,
that."
baby. Ooh,
Yeah,
help
you
me.
just don't know.
And they don't know because they don't
Yeah.
sit and work with their
No.
baby to know what their baby
You
knows
just
or what their
don't
baby is
know.
capable
Right.
of.
Grades was modified.
That's
Right.
it.
You
Not
agree?
some of most of.
Modified.
Right.
You know what
And
I'm saying?
then have it just communicate with the teacher. So we had open house, right? That was what, mid-September? And I hadn't started sending homework home,
Mhm.
So when we had open house, I had this little presentation set up, explaining everything to the parents, how my classroom is run, class dojo, reach out to me, boom, boom, boom. So then when I got down to the bullet that said homework, I had like 2-3 parents, yeah, that's the part we waiting to hear about. We waiting on that right there. So I started explaining to them how I'm gonna do homework twice a week. Blah, blah. Okay, so you haven't been sending none home? No, I haven't been sending any home yet. Not just yet. Just wanted to kind of get them acclimated to what we do and how we do it, and then start sending home homework. Oh, because he was coming home every day saying, I ain't got no homework, and I thought he was lying. But ma'am, you could have reached out
To
me
me,
weeks
oh,
ago.
that part. That
And
part.
not only, and the funny part is you are attached to Dojo.
Wow.
So you could have sent me a
Quick.
message.
Anything,
you could have called
quick,
me,
and on your phone all
anything.
day.
And I told her, I said, well, ma'am, I have open communication. You could have called me, or you could have reached out on Dojo to ask me if you thought he was being dishonest
Right.
about homework.
Right.
Just reach out to me, and I would have let you know, and then that would have been one less thing that you had to worry about.
Right.
It's like for
Simple
some
things.
reason that parents
Extra.
feel that they can't reach out to teachers, or hey, if you've developed or created or who you or them, I don't know, have created a sour relationship with a teacher or whatever. Okay, you did that. However, that doesn't stop you from
For
reaching out
communicating, yeah,
to find
that
things
part,
out. Hey,
yeah.
just like we document, because we keep parent
Yep,
logs,
and
when
do.
we call you all or when you call
And
us,
do.
hey, do that on your end too. So you'll be able to say, I'm covered. I reached out to the teacher and asked him or her this
And they
question.
didn't
Hey, I don't like her. She don't like me, but I've reached out to find out what I need to.
Right.
I'm not gonna let nothing stop me from reaching out and finding out about my child.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
My baby with you more than they
Doesn't
with
matter.
me.
Yes.
When they get home, we home working, reading, praying,
That's
going
right.
to bed, baby.
That's
You got
right.
them. You see them longer in the day, Monday
Yes,
through Friday,
yes,
than I do.
Yes.
So yeah, we talking. I'm like that. My baby in high school,
yeah.
and then because I couldn't go to the parent teacher conference because they conflicted with ours,
Mhm.
but I had a problem with me emailing like 2 of them and they didn't respond. So I
Yeah.
emailed back. Even if you don't have nothing to say, just say all is well so I can know all is well.
Right.
Because if I need to go ahead and come up to the school, I'm going to do it.
Right.
But I said that to say reaching out to your child's teacher we on the phone all day, social media, we texting, we talking.
That's right.
It don't take but 5 seconds.
And don't wait on us to reach out to you because we have 20 plus.
That's it.
Please, you
That's
reach
it.
out.
That's it.
One thing that boils my blood is when I send home an interim report and a parent reaches out to me and says, how come I'm just now hearing about my child having a CDF, whatever the case? Okay, ma'am, this right here is your communication. This is the 4th week of school.
4th, 5th week of school.
This is me letting you know
Like,
there's
we
an
need to
issue.
get on to something, yeah.
I can't 20-something kids and reaching out to however many parents about CD or an F. How about you reach out to me at some point and say, hey, just checking in. Or how about you go into Schoology yourself
And
and
look,
check the grade
I
report.
said
We
that.
teach your kids how to do it. They know how to go in and check their grade reports in Schoology
Yep.
to see what assignments they're
We
missing.
post weekly.
All of that. You
Yep.
go in and do that. We send you the parent codes. And you don't go in and check, but then you want to call me or send me a dojo message at interim.
Going off.
Okay, ma'am, let me go back right here. On August the 29th, I sent out the parent codes for Schoology.
Did.
You could have very well then signed up
Even
and
if
you can go in and access it yourself.
The 1st, the 2nd week of September. Like, you got plenty of time. And I'm the same
Yeah.
way. Like, I'm literally, especially middle school and high school, it ain't no babysitting.
No.
We're not gonna be calling you every 5 minutes. And we have an advisory class every morning. Like, their advisory teachers are the only teachers that they see daily. And when they come to us every Monday, y'all, I promise you, we make our students email their teachers their grades. Literally, you email us, and if your parent email is not on file, you have to write them down, and it's your responsibility to get them to them. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait to in report and say, hey, what had happened now?
Right.
Sis, go to Schoology
Yeah.
and figure it out.
And
then
nothing is a secret. We put y'all in the
Nothing.
know. We send messages
That's
out.
it.
We send letters home. You do your part. We can't do our part
can't-
and yours.
Right.
And I'm not going to do your part.
Mm.
I can only do what I can do.
That's it. So the point of that, parents, communicate with your teachers. It's absolutely okay. I promise you, 9 times out of 9, 10 times out of 9 times out of 10, your teachers are happy to tell you your child's progress and to close the gap in whatever way necessary so that we can make sure your child is successful. We want your baby to be successful because that lets the administration of school, that lets you know that your child is actually learning something in class and they're growing. That's what we want. But if you're not being an advocate for them on that end, then you really can't. It's not fair that you take whatever your child says out on your teacher. That's not fair.
Right.
Okay? So we're gonna wrap it up. We have one more question. And this question is about administration. See, y'all look at why face. Okay, so I heard a peer say, literally, if administration would discipline the students the way that they are quick to discipline the staff,
Wow.
the school would be a much better place. Now, the Lord will deliver me.
Preach.
Listen, the Lord done deliver me from those type of issues.
Hey,
So
me
I'm not all of us.
Me too.
So we are not in the issue of where we're struggling with petty admin. You know what I'm saying? Because administration can be petty, and I'm not saying this to be just a little teacher because I'm not a peasant. However, I feel like if you want good leadership or if you want good and happy teachers, you have to be a leader. It's the difference between a leader and a boss.
Sure enough.
And unfortunately, in 2022, baby, we got some petty bosses because they're not leaders,
Definitely.
But anyway, the Lord done, deliver me. Now I beg to differ because everybody don't feel like that. Even in my building,
Yeah.
a lot of people feel like that they have the worst administration
Yeah,
and
right,
blah, blah, blah. To each his own.
Yeah.
You're entitled to that based on your experiences.
Right.
I'm not going to negate how you feel with whatever you're going through.
Right.
And I don't want you to do that with me because you
Right.
can't go to me and say, well, this and that, and I'm going to agree. Because
Right.
sis, I ain't having them issues than you.
Exactly.
But people do feel like this, and they feel strong in their opinion with administration and leadership. Really, just kind of, just beheading the school. Like they feel like it starts at the top. Like if the head is discombobulated, then the entire building is.
Yeah.
So how y'all feel about that?
Big facts.
Big facts.
I mean, everybody quiet. We done got the limit, so we got some good bosses now.
All
We
capital
quiet.
letters. All capital letters.
Hashtag
You know what I'm
big
saying? Big
And
facts.
even in that, even all of our experience teaching in the same place, we're different.
Yeah.
We're admin.
Yep.
Very different.
Very
you know what I'm
different.
saying?
Yep.
So where some been delivered, I just walked away.
We was
So
living in the Lord moved you.
So the experience
Let me
was
pull out that thing.
Yeah,
You rest down and fix it up here. Okay, let me stop.
experience was different.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And but I agree. You
Yeah.
need a leader because a leader
Yeah.
is still going to teach her teachers what
Yeah.
to do. You know, opposed to somebody just saying, do this, do this, do this, do this, and do it how you do it, and
And
then give you an
nitpicking.
example to do it.
By modeling, like
And,
we said
and,
earlier.
and what he say? Accountability
Ooh.
without support
Ooh.
is harassment.
He said that, baby. Danielle, Dr. Danielle said that, baby. He said if you going to them teachers' classroom and telling them what they need to do on this, and what they didn't do and how they need to do it, blah, 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 but you ain't got no backup for them, you ain't showing them what they need to do, you ain't showing them how they need to do it, that's harassment.
Yes.
You harassing them. Quit harassing them. He said that thing,
He
baby.
did. He did. And let me just say this.
Say it.
I'm gonna say this.
She got the hands.
You know,
Man, look at the usher. The ushers need to be in a bit.
I'm just gonna say
Y'all
this.
play all day.
We need more administrators that appreciate veteran teachers. Ones who know their jobs and ones who do not need their hands held. Instead of you accepting that as a, like, them knowing their job as a challenge to you, or you feeling a certain type of way because you can't intimidate them, that goes on, and that I've experienced it myself. It seems to be a problem sometimes. But it's like, okay, I'm gonna do my job.
Yep.
Let me do it.
Yep.
I don't have to. When I see you, oh, they're gonna buy some.
Right.
Because I'm doing my job.
That's
I
it.
don't have nothing to hide.
Right.
I'm not bowing down to you.
Right.
I'm gonna give you the respect you give me. And because you the head honcho does not mean that you do not have to show us that respect that
That
you're
part.
expecting.
That part.
And that's huge.
That part.
Because a lot of administrators, and I'm gonna say this, and I just left a good one, so I'm not gonna even front, but I'm gonna say a lot of right here.
No,
Yeah.
she said she just left for good. I know
The one I'm leaving right now. I'm gonna be real clear because any listeners out there that know where I
baby.
come from, I'm gonna be clear about that.
Baby.
And I gave her kudos on that. But I've had some, and I'm gonna say middle-aged black women as administrators. Y'all got to do better.
Ooh.
Now the one I just left,
Ooh.
kudos. But a lot of us, especially when it comes to black women in the classroom, you come at us, you think that we supposed to be intimidated by you, we have strong personalities, we handling our business, and you don't like that. Like, who does that?
Right, like what you mad for?
Especially when you're a strong teacher, you handle your business, you got good classroom management, you know,
We not calling y'all down to the office every
and
5
we
minutes
sure
to the
enough ain't sending
classroom.
students down
And
to
definitely not sending students. You don't hear from us unless you come see about us.
that's a problem for some of y'all.
Bless them, Lord.
Come on, fan over here, cause
Yeah.
something is up with that.
Yeah, that's
I'm just
true.
saying.
And those are our
Yes.
experiences, and we're not being negative about them. Like I said, as my disclaimer, these are just our experiences. Everybody has strong personalities, especially if you're coming into a building where you have predominantly African American staff.
Right.
But it's important that you understand, just as big as your personality is, you may be the administrator, but I promise you that little classroom teacher, as you probably look at her, personality is just as strong and just as big as yours. We're not going to disrespect you, be defiant,
Right.
Do anything that's going to jeopardize our job at all by any means necessary. But you're going to talk to us like an adult.
Correct.
You're going to talk to us woman to woman.
Correct.
And as long as we're doing our job, we're good to go. But if we feel like that you probably got a problem, we know it ain't got nothing to do with our job. Because we're not calling you down to our classroom for help.
Right.
We're not sending our students to you.
Right.
But we're not going to be all up in your office.
Either.
We're not doing all that. Good morning. Have a great evening. That's what we're doing. And that should be fine. We weren't friends before you came.
That's right.
Like what you expect?
Right.
And we coming to do a job.
A J-O-B.
I'm coming to do a job.
That's
I'm not
it.
here to make friends. If
That's
I make
it.
friends, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But I'm coming
That's
to
the
do a
bonus.
That's
job.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
And I'm gonna say this real quick because Weezy finna go in. I'm gonna say
Y'all
this.
killing it.
I'm
Y'all
gonna say
killing
one thing
it.
that I can appreciate about my most recent supervisor, as in this school year.
Yeah.
August
22.
Okay, let's be clear.
22 August to October.
I can appreciate that she, when she first arrived at the school, we had one-on-one interviews. Well, one-on-one kind of sit-downs, whatever. And I let her know, when they asked, what do you need from us, all of this and that, I explained to her, I said, I just, your support, your transparency, be honest with me. If there's something that you see that I need to, reflect on and maybe need to, tweak, let me know, come straight to me. I take constructive criticism. I have no problem with it. I know that I'm not perfect, XYZ. And then in turn, I like to be able to come to you and be honest with you about things that I'm feeling or if I see something.
Mm-hmm.
And I can respect that she was very open with that. She was accepting of it. I even went and sat down with her when it was an issue that not an issue, but let me just be honest. We had city year in the building and they was getting ready to put city year in all of 3rd through 5th. And I was like, I don't need them.
Yeah.
That's just, so I went and sat down and was like, listen, I'm not trying to push no support away, but I got this, I don't need, So just being able to go to her about things that I needed to discuss with her.
Yeah.
And I felt comfortable sitting down with her
Yeah.
and she listened to me and then there were some things that she was like, well, it kind of made me feel a certain way when you were trying to deny support. And I said, and we came to an understanding. She was like, maybe it sounds like you're saying that's just another person for you to be responsible for. And I said, bingo, that was it. So just being able to have that conversation, we had that camaraderie, the mutual, it was a breath of fresh air. But everyone doesn't feel that way about her. Again, back to what Chala said, everyone's not gonna have the same experiences as you do.
Right.
You coming into a space where admin might have been real laid back before, the new admin came through the door. And so a lot of those people weren't feeling her or whatever. But just being open to allow your teachers to be themselves and having and building relationships, that's going to be huge. Building relationships, just like we build them with our students and our parents. Admin has to build relationships.
Have to.
And you have to give glows before you give grows. Because, and I explained that to her too.
Yeah, with the student.
That's right.
The same with the students.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't expect us to do it to the students and you don't do it to us. And it's not that we need a pat on our back, because please believe, we get paid. This is a part of this how we pay our bills.
Right.
So we gonna do what we have to do to keep our job. And then if we love our job and we're passionate about what we do, we're going to go above and beyond.
That's right.
So please believe, we don't need you patting us on the back or shouting us out or kudos, giving us kudos, blah blah blah.
Right.
But when it's necessary or when the time comes, do what you gotta do. Humble yourself.
Yeah.
It's all about humility.
Right.
Because we're gonna give you kudos for being a great leader,
right,
a great administrator. You know what I'm saying? Even when other people don't agree, we're still gonna be like, well, no, like you just did, Matt. No, I hadn't had them experiences. Like, y'all had them experiences, but she was all right with me. We're going to do that. We're not gonna be mad at nobody else for their experience or for them doing that.
Right.
So give us that same respect. Give us that same love.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, this is like a coach and a team, you know what I'm saying? The team is gonna make the plays and make stuff happen with or without that coach, because they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
The school, it works the exact same way.
Yep.
You can pull that principal out of that school. That school is gonna run like it needs to do. You have structured classrooms and teachers doing their job.
Right.
That school is gonna run like it needs to run.
Right.
But that principal needs us as well.
Right.
So So you
Right.
have to have a relationship
Right.
with your teachers
Yeah.
to make sure that they do, and that relationship is there, and that
Yeah.
you get what you need from your
Trust.
Right, trust, yeah.
Yeah.
And when you go into the building, new administrative, young ones, you know what I'm saying, middle aged ones, whatever. When you go into a new building, cultivate good relationships. Like if you know something or you heard something about a teacher prior to you getting there, make it a clean slate.
Preach.
Make it a clean slate. Don't go in there saying, "Well, I heard this, so I'm going to approach her this way." No, like. Your experience with them is not going to be your experience that they had with whomever they had prior to you. You know what I'm saying? So go in there trying to foster really good relationships. Go in there positive despite of what you heard. Don't go in there with this dictatorship, you know what I'm saying, role and you just gotta run stuff. No. Like we on the same team. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like we really and understand this, and I'm gonna be done after I say this. When a teacher know that you got their back, baby, you don't have an A+ school.
Baby.
Your students gonna perform like Michael Ward, I got you, coach. When they know that you're an advocate for them, when they know that if a parent come against them and it's time to go into the meeting, that the principal gonna have their back.
Yes.
I promise you, your school is going to be an A+ performing
That's right.
school.
That's right.
But if a teacher feel like you, or even if they're unsure if you have their back or not, baby, you're gonna get the bare minimum, and I promise you, they filling that applications behind your back. You know, but they trying to move around. They trying to move around.
Yes.
So, did y'all want to add anything to that, Mr. White? You want to say something?
I killed that.
Yeah.
That's all y'all right there.
Write that on down,
You know what I'm saying? We went through that together.
Baby, together, the Lord delivered. I mean, what He delivered us. She just moved. But
Ain't it on the other side?
But it's time to move. He gonna
the way
wait.
it happened. It was nothing but the
That wasn't nothing but God, baby, because you wasn't even trying. You wasn't even trying.
I was not.
So
And I would
I
have
was
felt
going
so
to
bad for you if
stay.
you was still there. Yeah, because you was going to be there. You was going to be miserable
we
that
gonna
year.
stay through the fire.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But diamonds are made in the fire.
Baby, that's what they are.
Hey,
They
pressure makes diamonds, baby.
pressure, baby. Yes, it does.
But I like it's like saying, you know, just looking back on it, it's like if I got some teachers that been at this school a certain amount of years,
Yeah.
they
Put some
are
respect on
accustomed.
their name.
They are accustomed
We know.
to what's going on
We
in
know.
this school.
We know.
You know what I'm saying? They've been dealing with this
The community.
this community
Parents.
for
Yeah.
years. So guess what?
We know.
To put less to not put more work on my job and what I gotta do,
Let them do them.
I'm finna do my best to keep these teachers
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I'm not finna try to run
And then
them
you
away.
see growth in these places. It ain't like you. I mean, you ain't working with the Martin Luther King Jr.'s or the Albert Einsteins,
Yeah.
but you see, you're
Right.
seeing growth in these classrooms.
Right.
The classroom management is awesome. The culture, the environment
Yeah.
is the bomb.
Yeah.
Just put a little respect on that. Now you just all lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't get me started.
But like I said, you came in and put more work on yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. Stretch your own self out.
You didn't put more work on yourself. You already had this certain amount of like these teachers here that, like I said, they've been-
Tenured.
A
Yeah.
solid
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
A solid 10 tenured
Yeah.
teachers from
Yeah.
1st grade to 5th grade.
Yeah.
And been in the same exact kindergarten, because you was kindergarten,
Yeah.
I mean, dang. Kindergarten to 5th grade, and been in the same exact building. One of them was 27 years.
Yes.
In 2 years, you done ran. We don't have to finish this conversation though, because we have to wrap this
I'm
thing up.
just, hey, and now you about month, hey, you ain't got a lot to pick from.
Discombobulated.
Because ain't nobody ain't knocking those to go over there. It'll go come to you, come over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you gotta get what you can get.
And we
Yeah.
just and
And
we're
then
not
once they get in there, I'm like,
try to
nah.
keep.
Ain't nobody
They
happy.
try-
Nah.
Yeah, and that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Like the whole situation with where we come from is pretty sad. But our prayer for administrators is when you go into these new buildings and you meet people, try to cultivate and establish your own relationship with them.
That's
Go
right.
in there with a leader heart. Don't go in there with the
Yeah.
boss or a supervisor heart, because
Right.
you're not gonna boss me around because I'm grown, sis, I'm older than you, or we just get each other beat by a year or two, bruh, sis, whoever.
Right.
But when you have that, when you project that leadership, attitude and culture in the building that you do it, I'm gonna do it too. You know what I'm saying? Like we had one of them, like it was a little rough at the beginning, you know what I'm saying? But at the end she said, hey, this is what I need to see in the classroom, and I'm gonna come to your class and show me.
Yeah.
That's what we need to see. But don't sit around dictating. You know what I'm saying? And when it's time to see you coming in to check to see if it's done, but you not coming in to support.
Right.
So y'all, we're gonna have to finish this conversation because we have time. I know. So it look like y'all done make December, January.
And I just want to say this before you go. Everybody experiences people differently.
Yeah.
So
So
stop running on the words of somebody else. Yeah, and come in and experience these people in the way you are going to experience
Your experience,
Yes.
your personal experience, and that's why I say cultivate your own, establish your own relationship with
That's
them.
right, because I already know that the the men that I just left got an earful on me.
But
guess
she,
what?
but she took her own.
Hey, me and I right now, I'm getting blessed in another capacity, and I have all the utmost respect for her.
See?
I'm just gonna say that.
And that's kudos. So, do what you have to do, administration, to establish your own relationships with your peers and with your colleagues, because we're not going to be like inferior. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't treat us like we're the peasant and you're the queen of or the king of the palace. You know? Because at the end of the day, teacher's the one that's gonna represent your school.
That's right.
Like you walking
That's
around
where work is
dictating stuff.
happening, in
But
the
baby, the
classroom.
classroom is where it's really going down, and that's what's gonna show when those test results come and when those office calls and classroom management stuff. That classroom is gonna really show what's going on and how it's really going on. Okay. So anyway, thank y'all for coming. Looks like we're gonna have a part 3 because I had to skip some stuff. So I will see y'all again in probably January because I'm gonna take a little Christmas break. So can y'all say bye to the Steelers?
Alright now.
You're on my nerves.
Until next time,
Until
guys.
next time.
All right, spellers, part 3, get ready. We shall return.
Okay, good. Thank y'all. That was good. Woo! I had to skip some shit. Because when I got 100, an hour and 32 minutes, we had 129. It be so damn good. I be wanting to go in. I ain't get to talk about, let me see what I skipped. I ain't get to talk about the attendance, these damn kids that don't come to school ass
man.
all damn day, every day. And then they mama
Hey.
be mad when they get D's and L's. Say, why my baby grade? Hey, let me stop, because that's for next time.
Party. 3 days out of the
What?
week.
Get another check out.
Hey, where we was at, we could write a encyclopedia catalog.
Baby, they came to school when they wanted to. You hear me?
Yeah.
She, they was fucking tired like your thug daughter.